10 amazing fragrances grew on me immensely the more I wear them. And in this video, I just wanted to share right after this intro. What is going on, guys, and welcome again to another video. In today's video, I have 10 amazing fragrances that honestly I just blind bought them like what I do with most of my fragrances. And my first initial reaction toward these fragrances wasn't actually the greatest. But the more I gave these fragrances a chance and the more I wear them, they grew on me immensely. And I kind of built a little bit of an obsession toward them recently. And in this video, I just wanted to share and give you the moral of the story, which is always give fragrances a chance, even though you don't like them at first. But before I start sharing my list with you guys, please share this video with all you smelly friends in a good way. Like and subscribe and click that notification bell to not miss any of my videos in the future. Links to most of these amazing fragrances that grew on me immensely gonna be in the description down below. The best prices online. So don't shop these fragrances retail. Discounted down there is your best option, or on that icon right there. Just click on it and it'll take you directly to the discounter sites. So take advantage of that. And without making this video way too long, let's just go with my number 10. And my number 10, as a matter of fact, is kind of like a newer fragrance. Not so new, but not so old either. It's kind of like a couple years old. And the first time I smelled it, I liked it. But once I bought the actual bottle, because it was on my to-buy list for the longest time, I was a little disappointed. It just doesn't smell like what I expected it to be or what I remember it smelled like that day. I thought this fragrance is not my style at all, and I thought it would be best suited for a senior citizen. That's my thought about this fragrance right here, and it calls H24 Herbes Vives by Hermes. But that totally changed now because I am actually obsessed with this one. This one smells so good. I have a fragrance on right now, so I cannot actually wear you, baby, right now. But the fact that I'm smelling you, I want to wear you again. There's good and bad parts about this fragrance though. Let's start off with the bad parts, which is the longevity. Longevity on this fragrance on me doesn't last the longest. Sometimes it gives me 6-7 hours, which I am glad with that amount of longevity. And some other times it just vanishes within like 3-4 hours. So on my skin, I don't know about your skin, bro, this fragrance is not consistent in terms of the longevity. But on the other hand, the projection of this fragrance on myself, it really pushes out very well. But it just comes across soft and airy, but strong. It really travels through the air, so people will be able to smell you from distance, at least for me. And the feedbacks I got from people on this one actually were pretty positive. People liked it on my skin. Yes, it's very green, but it's also a little sweeter, definitely fruity, and the fruity part is the best part, and it just smells magnificent. Yes, it's a little bit old schoolish. So at the very first blast, it would come across as a very old schoolish scent, but then that just changes quickly because of that fruity nuance. It just makes it very light, very approachable, and modern at the same time. So this one is modern, but also gives of an old school touch as well. And it just smells great. I am obsessed with this one right here. H24 Herbes Vives by Hermes. It's a pretty good one. Give it a shot. Number 9 on my list, this is a fragrance I've been having for the longest time and I've been wearing also for the longest time, but I never really liked it that much. It was always lacking something for me just because of that very vivid, strong in your face green minty note. And for me personally, I'm not a big fan of minty notes. Especially that this one, it comes across as a menthol note more than just green minty note. So it is even worse than minty note. But every time I wear this one and it just settles on my skin, I always enjoy it and just comes across very airy and nice and fresh and refreshing type of a scent on my skin, especially in this scorching summer heat. And I'm talking about Amouage Beach Hut. This is a great scent, guys. I'm telling you, if you are looking for a beast mode freshie, but you're just gonna have to love mint and fragrances, especially like mentholy mints or like mint that smells like menthol in a way. That's the scent for you. It's very green, it's very fresh, it's very citrusy, but it just smells really good, especially when it's like really hot outside. That's when this one actually shines. Pretty good stuff. A lot of people love this one, but for me personally, I liked it. The more I wear it, the more I like it. But always that menthol note that I'm smelling now of the atomizer, that kind of like turns me off from this scent sometimes. But again, once I spray it on my skin, that changes. I'm telling you, that changes. And it also got that cooling effect. As a matter of fact, now my hands are cooled off. It just cools you off. And in the air now, it smells magnificent. And on skin, as a matter of fact, it comes across greener and a little bit sweeter. Good stuff. Don't smell it of the atomizer though. It is very strong as well. Let's just go with the next one we have here. And the next one, it's a brand new fragrance from the House of Creed. And I just got myself a little decant right here just to try it out and see if it's something that I need to add in my collection, because Creed fragrances, especially nowadays, are extremely expensive. I did a review on this one, and this one calls Creed Oud Xerion. And on my review, I said it's okay, but it's not worth the price point. I'm a little disappointed that it is another rose-based fragrance, even though it smells different. When you first spray it on, it just comes across very spicy to me. So I was a little turned off by that. It was nothing special for me personally. But after wearing this scent for a few times, look how much I've worn of it. And this is a very strong, I'm telling you, beast mode fragrance. I kind of like changed my opinion, not to that level that I am ready and convinced just to get myself a bottle, because it's like what, $700? That's expensive. And I still have this that would last me for quite a while. And again, I just don't want to add another rose-based fragrance into my collection because I have bajillion. And also that $700, I can also invest into some other fragrances that I really wanted more than this one. But at the same time, I've been rocking this one a lot lately, going out at night with my friends on the weekends. And the amount of compliments I got with this one is just surreal, guys. It's just crazy. This is the type of fragrance that people will stop you to ask you what kind of fragrance you have on. I'm telling you, this one is really strong. Last week, I just went out with my friends to a local bar, and we went there a little bit earlier. So that bar was a little bit empty, and the bartender was very chatty, and he just started talking to us. And then all of a sudden, he was like, "Do you guys smell that?" "Smell what?" "I only can smell myself." I was like, "Oh, so it is you then." So I was like, "I'm not sure what you're smelling, but I'm wearing a cologne and I feel like it's strong." And then another bartender from across the room, I was like, "Yeah, I can smell it all the way from here." And people started saying, yeah, we can smell it. And that was only with 5 sprays with this minimal sprayer of this little decant right here. It is pretty strong. People been asking me what kind of fragrance that was. So I had to pull out my Fragrantica and just show him that fragrance and tell him how much it costs. So this fragrance right here started off a debate between people that wanted to buy it and willing to save their money because they don't have that much money just to get themselves a bottle. I don't know if they're being truthful or just saying that, you know, it's a bar, people just say whatever. And some other people said it is just way too expensive for me, for my budget. I cannot afford it. So I was telling them it is not worth it. $700 is just way too much. There's bajillion of other great fragrances that you can get the same vibe of this one at a fraction of its price. But the moral of the story is that this one gets compliments. This one is beyond beast mode. People will smell it of you for like, literally like for 2 days. It was that strong on my skin with showers. I kid you not. It's pretty strong. Very rosy, spicy though. But I guess sometimes rose fragrances sells. Number 7 on my list, Biblioteque by Byredo. I have love-hate relationship with this fragrance right here. I've been having it for the longest time and sometimes I just forget it for years. But then when I remember this fragrance, especially around this time of the year, Halloween, Christmas, the holidays in general, I kind of like gravitate toward this fragrance a lot within these days because it smells great. It just gives you that holiday vibe that everybody loves. It just smells and just gives you that spirit. My hate relationship with this fragrance is that it is just way too sickly sweet. So you better love really sweet fragrances because this one is beyond sweet. Also, this one smells kind of like potpourri in a way. So sometimes you wonder, do I really want to smell like potpourri? And that's another hate relationship with this fragrance. But again, when I wear this fragrance, I truly do enjoy this one quite a bit. I think it is a great fragrance, but it comes with a very limited use. And just because it's just way too strong, way too sweet, way too potpourri smelling like. But it also gets compliments and people tend to love this one on my skin. And I'm talking about Byredo Biblioteque. So if you are looking for a great holiday type of a scent that you will wear occasionally, it is not that versatile, guys. Especially if you buy it retail. Don't buy this one retail. Link's gonna be in the description down below with the best prices online if you just wanna get yourself some Biblioteque. It's some great stuff, but also very limited use. But it's great for the holidays though. Next on my list, I've been bashing this scent ever since I got this one as a gift, as a matter of fact. I didn't really spend money on this one. A friend of mine just bought it for me retail. And retail, this one is expensive, and I'm talking about Pasha de Cartier Parfum. This is the newest Pasha de Cartier. It is not new, it came out like a few years ago. And when I first smelled it, I thought it was a little bit weird. I liked the dry down, that very sandalwoody dry down. It just smells great. It smells amazing. It's a little bit old, so you're gonna be 35 plus to really be able and like this fragrance. It smells very classy and very sophisticated and very regal and very expensive. My problem was with the opening that it kind of like have a very fruity bubble gummy touch into it. That as a matter of fact, I just don't get that as much no more, which I am glad. And I get more of that amazing sandalwood smell that I actually enjoy on this one quite a bit. And in fact, I haven't worn this scent in the longest time and I need to change that very soon. Probably I need to wear it one of these days for funsies, you know? Next we have on this list, it's a fragrance that I bought because I loved it bajillion years ago when it first came out. Then it just got lost in the shuffle until one day I was at a fragrance party and Alan from Beverly Hills Perfumery, if you guys know him, he mentioned that this fragrance right here, Seminalis by Orto Parisi, is based and smells like semen. That was a major turnoff for me. I never worn this fragrance again. And every time I just remember that Seminalis semen, I was like, no, I cannot do that. Even though the fragrance on its own, it just smells amazing. But the fact that this fragrance was based after semen, that was a major turnoff for me personally. But then I kind of like got over it and I wore it a couple of times. And I was like, dude, I don't care. This fragrance smells amazing. I don't really get that semen vibe people are talking about. But overall, this is a great scent. I enjoy it and I don't care if it smells like semen. I rock it with dignity. I rock that semen fragrance like a man. That didn't sound good, but the fragrance on its own, it's pretty great. Okay, let's just go with another fragrance right here. And this one, it's a new acquisition of mine. It was a total blind buy that you guys recommended. And the first initial spray of this one, it was okay. It smells good, but it's something that I've smelled before. Maybe I have. And I still think that way, to be honest. I feel like there's something resembles this fragrance that I've smelled before, or in a way, or maybe I have way too many fragrances and a lot of them got lost in the shuffle. And I'm talking about Desert Rain by Day 3 fragrances. But overall, this fragrance smells amazing. Every time I smell it, I just want to wear it. And I've been obsessed with it lately, especially this fall season, even though for a couple of days now, it's back in the 90s again. So I need to get back to my freshies for these days. But Desert Rain by Day 3 fragrances, I am obsessed with it lately. It is just a great cozy warm fragrance that it is beautiful, especially to wear on a cooler night. Next we have on this list, and this is Cruz del Sur 1 by Xerjoff. And this is a fragrance that I bought by accident because I really meant to buy Cruz del Sur 2, which is the mango fruity fragrance. And I made a mistake and I just bought this one by accident. And I was like, what is wrong with this fragrance? I don't smell any fruity nuances at all. It just smells like raw leather. The rawest leather you can ever smell. And it was a little bit an acquired taste. It smells great. I love raw leather fragrances, but also they come with their very limited use, especially that I have a lot of these raw leather fragrances in my collection. But then that changed quickly because this is more than a just raw leather fragrance. It comes across a little bit sparkling as well, a little bit flirty as well, but dark and mysterious and a tad bit sweet, especially in the very base of this scent. It is a great scent, especially if you really love leather-based fragrances. Cruz del Sur 1, it's a pretty good one. I highly encourage you to get yourself a decant to see if you like it or not. But I do like it. Number 2 on my list, this is a fragrance I really wanted just to get the whole collection of the Gentleman line by Givenchy, just because I love this line. And this is Givenchy Society Extreme Intense. Hold on, it's a long name. Givenchy Gentleman Society Extreme. When you first smell this one, you will find it to be very likable, but also very common as well. It's vanilla, coffee, a little bit of iris. It just smells like bajillion other fragrances out there. Also, this one doesn't really project the loudest. It just stays closer to the skin. It lasts for a long time though, but it just doesn't project. But every time I wear this fragrance or I have this fragrance on, I truly do enjoy this one quite a bit. And as a matter of fact, I have a good time when I have this fragrance on. It's a compliment magnet for sure, especially if you are on a date one-to-one and you're close to your significant other. This fragrance is meant to be for that, and this fragrance also does it perfectly. I love it for that. Sometimes I just put on a couple of sprays just before bed to have a good night smelling sleep. And this one actually helps big time. It's a pretty good one if you are looking for a great date scent, personal scent for you only and your significant other. This one is a pretty good one. Last but not least, another decant that when I bought it, I was like, I don't know, man. It's good, but it just it smells great at first, but then when it dries down, it just turns into type of a blah type of a scent. It doesn't last on me the longest, and I need to spray a lot of this juice as well, especially for the price point. It is a new fragrance. I thought it's not worth it, to be honest, and I'm talking about Roja Elysium Noir. I only wore it a couple of times, and look how much I've worn of it. That's 5 ml, and for a couple of times, that's a lot of juice, I'm telling you. And within this couple of times, yes, I did enjoy it, especially for the first 2 hours, give or take. It just smelled great. It smelled like Elysium. It smelled like Elysium, but much darker, greater Elysium with a lot of leather and a lot of darker nuances. It comes across very fresh at first, but then it just goes back very dark, but in a very good way. It was very likable, but my beef with this scent, that when it really dries down, it just turns into type of a blah type of a scent, at least on my skin. The opening is much better than the dry down. And the performance on my skin is not the greatest either. 4 or 5 hours, that's all it gives me, unfortunately, and you need to spray a lot again. But why this one? It is on my number 1. I'll tell you why. The smell of this one for the first 2.5 hours, 3 hours, it just smells amazing. So I am willing and I want to get myself a full bottle of this one, even though it doesn't last. Even though the dry down, it's blah, just for that opening and the mid notes. It smells like wow. When you press this one on, you just get that Elysium vibe with much darker nuances with a lot of leather. And it just comes across a little bit spicy also, a little bit floral. It's an amazing smelling scent, but only again for the first 2-3 hours. That's it. But for these 2-3 hours, again, I'm willing to invest in a full bottle when this one hits the discounters. And I'm sure it will hit the discounters very soon if it's not already hit the discounters. And keep that decant always in my pocket because it is that good, guys, smell-wise. That's what I think of Elysium Noir, even though I hate the dry down and I hate the fact that it doesn't last on me. But I just love the opening again, and I'm willing to spray more and spray often and get e-bottles just for that. So this is pretty much it, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below what do you think of today's list. This is some fragrances that I really didn't like at first when I first smelled them. But the more I wear them, they kind of like grew on me and I kind of like built an obsession toward them. Let me know in the comment section down below how many of these fragrances you really like or you really hate. I am curious to know your feedback. And let me know what you think of this video in the comment section down below. Don't forget to share this video with all your smelly friends in a good way. Like and subscribe and click that notification bell to not miss any of my videos in the future. Links to most of these fragrances gonna be in the description down below, the best prices online. And see you guys next time. Peace.